Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are
Good.
you? What's up, beautiful people?
What's up?
Heyo.
I'm trying to connect my earbuds.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday evening. What's up? Lanes, how you're feeling right now? I'm cold. It's freezing here in Atlanta.
It's snowing here in New York. So,
It's enough for me.
yeah, New York is taking forever. This winter is taking forever.
The winter is taking forever.
This winter is taking forever. I'm ready for summer.
What's up, guys? Okay, so we're talking about
We talking about, the female CEO Mastermind. It's our first event.
it's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
It's a
I'm
vibe.
I'm tagging more people. I'm trying to pin the website, the link.
Just swipe to the right.
Yes. Probably with Android it works different.
Let's talk
Yeah.
about it. Let's talk about it because the problem is like there's never anything for the ladies.
Mm.
Why is
Let's talk about it.
it just for the ladies? Like
Yeah, I mean, just for the ladies, because I noticed that we need more of us, more of them, more of you in the room. I mean, wherever I walk into an event or a room, no offense, but it's all full with gentlemen. And I see a lot of females are doing great things, but they're not getting the visibility that they need. So I took it on myself since I was a student to showcase more females. My background is in tech, so especially in technology and in the STEM field, we have a lot of smart females, but it happens all the time whenever I go to an event or a room, or I work in corporate, even in big companies. I don't need to name the names, but we all know that wherever you go, it's C-level, mostly men. And I'm not saying they're not great, but I want to see more of me, people that I can relate with, people coming from my background, other females that I can really relate. They're having the same struggle as me. They have home. I'm not a mom, but I know a lot of females. They are mom entrepreneurs. They work in the workplace, and they struggle with a lot of things. And we wanted to highlight that. We want to talk about that. We want to make it look like it's normal. It's not something that I see Ellie here. Let me add Ellie.
hey girl, hey. So you know what's crazy? Like the stats are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Fortune 500 CEOs, there's
Hello.
like 8% that are female.
Hi, Ellie. Hey,
What
What's
up,
going
girl?
let's welcome Ellie. Welcome.
How are
Thank you for joining.
Anytime. How are you guys?
Good. By the way, Jacqueline, Ellie, she told me that she's not feeling well. She got food poisoning, and we're not gonna exhaust you, but I appreciate you making the time to hop on. I appreciate
Anytime.
that.
I said I'll show up. Count on me to be there.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like females, women coming together to support each other no matter what.
It
That's
has to
why.
Work or it has to work.
That's why. Like.
Also, you have to rest to get better. So I appreciate
Yeah.
you, though. It's good to see you.
Good to see.
Yeah.
What's going on? What's the topic?
So she was asking me why female CEO, why this event especially. So I was telling her that I need to see more of us. I need to see more females, and us coming together to showcase and share the story and so we can relate to each other more and support a lot of women. As I was telling her, I walked to so many rooms where it was majority of male dominated, especially in the tech industry where I come from. And now I'm tapping into business as well. And unfortunately, I feel like we women are not being celebrated the same way as men. And I remember back in December, I went to a gala dinner. It's a business gala where they were giving awards to achiever in the circle and all that. And I was part of the audience, and the organizer was a female. She was doing everything, like she's like a supernatural woman. Like she was doing managing everything, and I noticed that they were giving awards. For the first four awards, they were all given to men. I'm like, they're great, they're doing great things, but I feel nobody stepped up and appreciated her efforts of pulling all this together. And that made me realize, why nobody noticed that? What she was doing, bringing all these entrepreneurs, millionaires in the same room. Like, I feel like nobody stepped up and appreciated that and say thank you or something like that. And there were 6 awards. There were 4 for men and 2 for women, and they were at the end. So I was like, So yeah, I was like questioning it, and that happened all the time. Because where I grow up or where I come from, we are more females than male in the household. All my sisters are high achievers, so I didn't feel that. But going outside in the world and in the workplace, I see the difference. So I started questioning it. Why it's that hard? Why it's that hard to appreciate women who are doing it all?
Was I at that event with you?
Say it again?
Was I at that event with you?
No. That was back in December here in New York.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, but that's one example. Like every time I go, I go to a lot of conferences. I attend a lot of events. Since I was a student, I was doing events. That's the thing. So I noticed that. That's why a lot of people, they ask me, Abir, why you choose to empower female? Are you being feminist? You being sexist and all that? I'm like, well, it's just, I'm like, it's not that. And even when I was a student, I was like, don't call me feminist, call me STEMinist, because that's what I preach. Like, I support females to get into STEM fields because I feel like they're so smart. We are so smart. We are intelligent. We can multitask. We can manage. I saw a lot of moms. They will handle the job, then go home and handle the household and all that.
That part.
And juggling all that. That part. Yeah. So yeah, the female CEO is a way to give back and bring everybody together. It's a start. That's for sure. It's a start. As I said, it's my first event since the pandemic. But before that, I planned a lot of conferences on that type for female in tech and business. That's my first as I am in the States. And especially I tapped into a bigger circle of females like you, Ellie, Nishi, I have a lot of females achiever on my network, and I feel like I need to tap into them. I need to talk to them. I need to bring their stories. I don't know. I feel responsible for that. I don't know why, but that's what I'm passionate about, actually. That's what I'm passionate about. I really don't want to do anything else. I want to do my podcast and empower other females and just bring everybody together. If there is a way we can connect, partner, do things, or with other females, I want to be watching that. I want to be watching Jacqueline meeting her next partner on my platform. That makes me feel fulfilled.
Yeah, but also, like, you in particular, you come from a country where, like, women are suppressed, right?
Actually, no, that's the general observation. Um, and we all think that the Middle East or North Africa, where I'm from Tunis, Tunisia, North Africa, which is funny and very interesting because the North African part, women are less suppressed, I would say, because especially for my country, we have almost 50% of the women they pursue grad degree,
Wow,
like they go to university.
that's crazy.
Yes, the only challenge is the opposite way. When you get your degree and all that, you achieve like they all get masters. My sister, she's just finished her master, and she's in her 30s, but they feel like because there is no jobs and all that, that's the downside of it of my country or northern African countries. We have a good education system, smart people. Females are studying. They go to school. They go to university. They get a grad degree in STEM, in medicine, and all that. But the challenge is when they get to the workplace. That part. When they get to the workplace, now you are women. You get paid less. They're being suppressed on that part, not before. And the child is not having a lot of opportunities as we have here in the States. And also why I wanted to have the female CEO topic exactly because I have a lot of audience from back home and entrepreneurship is still not an option. People, they don't think of becoming their own bosses or build their own businesses because that's not an option. They don't educate us about this. Nope. They
So
don't
is it
tell
not
us.
an option, or is it just like a bunch of barriers, or like women just don't know about it?
I mean, I will take myself as an example. I didn't know that. So I didn't know about the possibility of stepping outside of that box of a job, 9 to 5. You study, you get the highest degree, and you go work for a company. That's
So do
that's the
women
stereotype.
own companies or no?
Uh, it started becoming a trend. It started to become a trend now because they opened up to the Western world and there is a internet. Like there is technology. People they watch on IG on they connect with the other world. So now there is a possibility they starting their own businesses. But before, for me, I was struggling because I didn't know I could start a podcast until I came here and I saw people doing that podcast. Because I was doing the same thing. I was planning events and talking to people, hosting females on platforms every single time. But I didn't know the next level where I can scale, where I can grow with this idea, where I can take this idea. I was not introduced to that. So I want to bring those ideas, those possibilities to people and let them know, hey, you can do that. You can do this.
Okay, so once they are presented with the idea, they can actually execute on it.
Yeah, because it's not the problem. Like, we don't lack the skill set. People, they don't lack the skill set. You can learn. It's just the orientation and putting them on the right path to execute.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, you know, my favorite quote or my favorite stat is that at the end of the day, women actually make better investors than men. We do. It's proven by Forbes. They have all the numbers, but we just have to invest, right? And a lot of times, minds are not expanded or open to those opportunities of like, hey, you do know that instead of going to work for a company, you could create a company of your own, or you have the opportunity to work your job, hone in on your craft, and then eventually go out on your own. Sometimes that opportunity or idea is not presented to women, and so we have to be the ones who present it to them, right? So that's why I'm super excited about the Female CEO Mastermind, because there is not a lot of masterminds that are women focused, and a lot of times I think that it's best for women to learn from other women, right? Because we're the only ones that know our situation. We're the only ones who know what we truly go through, right? And each other. Hey boo, how are you?
Hey Nishi.
Oh, you know you gotta turn that filter on. Hello.
I don't know how to turn that filter on.
Sorry, I'm late. I was having some difficulties joining. Hello, beautiful
No,
people.
you came at the perfect time.
Hello.
Yeah. It's never too late.
All right.
We're talking about like why the female CEO mastermind means something to us personally. So what about you? I was just sharing how for me, I know at the end of the day, women make better investors than men. So once the ideas or opportunities are presented to us of like, oh wow, we could do this to make money, to provide for our families, like we take it, we run with it, we execute. So that's one of the like favorite reasons that I have for wanting to talk to women about investing or creating their business, creating multiple streams of income, you know, all of that. So what about you?
Yeah, for me, from my point of view as a mom, I don't know, maybe I'm the only mom here, but from my point of view as a mom, a lot of other moms that I know, they struggle. They don't believe that they can do it. They can run that business and run their home. Like they think it's impossible and that their place is just to be, for lack of a better term, domestic housewives. And they have that burning passion inside and they want to, but it's like they're not empowered to do it. They're constantly being like, if they're doing something, there was a point in my life where it was like, no matter what I do, it doesn't seem on the same tier as a man, you know, because he's going out there and he's, I don't know, construction, or they're doing the hard work, or what they call the dirty work. And we are women and we're doing our thing, but it's not being seen on the same level. So I want to empower women and moms out there just to see that, listen, what you are doing, it's important. You know, it's valid, and you can be more, and you can do it all. You can have that business and still raise your family at the same time. So I'm a full-time mompreneur. I am homeschooling my little one while running my business at the same time. And it is possible. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's possible. And with the right group of people, you can actually, like, it's just so important to be in the right room. So when a bear came to me and she's like, I want to do this, and I'm like, it's right down my alley. Like, I'm like, let's go, because I want that circle. I want that community of women that will empower other women to do what we're doing. Like, we saw the way. A lot of women, they still have blockers, you know? So that's my passion right there. Like, you know, helping other females do what we do. And I mean, we're going to be able to relate with them. Gosh, I can relate with all the struggles that we've been through. I still struggle today, but we're still doing it. You know, we're making the investments, we're starting the businesses, and we're doing it while doing other things. Like, we're great multitaskers. You know what I mean? So that's my point of view. That's how I see it. So yeah, good question.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you for sharing that. I wanted to mention that me and Nishi, we are business partner. So what she's talking about is like, sometimes we will have Kavi on the call, and that doesn't stop her from doing what she's doing. She's more persistent. Like, I think if I will have a child, I would be like in a position I have to choose. But for her, she always show up, and that's something I admire about her. She can do it, like, for real. No, yeah.
And when necessary, you know, I'm just saying, you know.
You know, I have a bigger audience. I have an audience in the Middle East, so I will keep it with water.
when necessary, it's either water or wine, fluently. Like, whatever you need to feel, comfortable and feel empowered, whether it's a talk with someone, a like-minded female, to empower you and let you feel like you can get it done, or it's just to take a moment to yourself, take some time off. Like, I want to be a part of that kind of community of women that will say, hey, it's okay to take a break. It's okay to pamper yourself a little bit. It's okay. So, and at the same time, if you want to go and start 5 businesses and make some investments and make some money moves, girl, go do your thing. Like, that's the type of people that we want to be around, people that are going to empower us, like, to keep pushing.
100%. 100%. So, Ellie.
Hello.
Hey. So, tell us why the female CEO is important to you. Like, share your thoughts.
Well, first of all, I feel like we should have introduced ourselves. We forgot. My name is Ellie. Hi, everyone.
Yeah, we got carried away.
Right? So
we'll start with you.
Yeah, we can go back and do that at some point. But I believe when it comes to just being a CEO and a female, and whether it's you being in a female-dominated industry or a male, just alpha male-dominated industry, we have to definitely walk away from the mindset that automatically there's a difference. There is no difference. Like, especially being, for such a long time, I've been in a just extremely male-dominated industry. That day, even when I asked them, what do you think about female leader? Because, even with age, me being younger than everyone else on my team, but then, whether it's instructing or pointing, course of action, it just comes down to when you stop seeking validation for mindset, for course of action, for moving forward and, dominating, executing, you realize you're at this point tapping into your inner power. Because it's definitely important to, never forget that, yes, we are a female, whether it's a CEO, female leader, but at the same time, when you step into the marketplace, when you step into a room to whether it's seek a partnership or even hire someone, recruit someone, leave the female and the male out of it. It's going to come down to strictly who's able to perform better and experience, against age and experience against sex. So those things need to be put away. Now, I'm going to be honest. This mindset for me didn't happen overnight. I, had to go educate myself, had to go in, like Melinda Gates against it's being in a room against some amazing females, even Elena Cardone, that, they're in the back. They're sitting in the back seat. They don't have the front row, but then really majority of the show is being ran by them. So then, maybe they don't always get highlighted, but at the same time when it comes to getting a deal done, they're going to go see them, not the person who's face of the brand. So I feel like it's just really, it's important to, building that confidence and self-discipline that maybe sometimes I won't get the highlight. Maybe I won't have the light shine on me, but I need to be okay with that I am still just in the same parameters, same tax bracket, same everything as the alpha female right next to me. So honestly, that's my mindset when it comes to also celebrating women. I'm all for it. And unfortunately, we do live in a modern day and age where we like to clap for everyone else because others are clapping. But then when it comes to whether it's another male or another female CEO, on the rise, going a little bit above or a little bit sideways, we're like, okay, now I'm gonna pull back. All of a sudden there's a lack of can I keep up? They're going twice as much fast as I am. So that's honestly the true definition of a female CEO, that just stay in your lane. Don't compare yourself to someone else's journey that they started 10 years ago when you're starting today, or you started 2 years ago. As long as you are in your lane, and the power of consistency becomes your advantage in the marketplace compared to someone who has been there for a couple of years. Like Melissa Mayer, she was running Yahoo for several years, and about 82% of employees were men. And she was like young. She was in a very, like she started as a copywriter. And now, like she, at this point, imagine someone who, they always say, be careful who you're nice to. They can end up being your boss. So imagine her from going as a copywriter to now running the entire enterprise. Your position changes, your mindset changes, your self-confidence needs to shift. So as Nishi said, yes, we are powerful, and we just need to stick with that. And sometimes it's going to be rainy, sometimes it's going to be shiny, but just all you can do at the end of the day is just move forward and don't seek validation.
Yeah, well said. I couldn't say it better. I mean, thank you for sharing that. And yeah, I mean, let's go ahead, since we have everybody here. So let's go back to the introductions, and we can start with Jacqueline, and then I will end up with the introduction.
Hey, I just want to catch whoever is on here right now. So if you're a woman and you're interested in coming, the event is free. All right, go to the femaleCEOmastermind.com right now. Reserve your spot. It's going to be on March 20th. Okay, so you guys go ahead and do that for me right now. RSVP so you can get the link. We're going to be on live. It's going to cost you absolutely nothing to come to this event, but it could cost you everything not to come to this event. Okay, so hello, hi. I'm Jacqueline Shattuck. I'm a certified financial planner. I've been helping women and business owners for the past 8 years maximize their financial resources. And I started doing this because my mother was taken advantage of by a financial advisor in the industry, and it caused her to lose absolutely everything that she had, even down to foreclosing on her home. So I had an issue with that, and I decided to become the go-to person for financial guidance because I couldn't find anybody who looked like me who was giving that kind of advice. So everything that I tell people is comprehensive in nature, right? So if somebody comes to me with a specific financial question, I try to help them understand how it's going to work for their situation instead of just giving blanketed statements. So I'm super excited to be able to talk at this mastermind and be able to share some financial planning tips with all the ladies who join. So if you are a lady, make sure that you have RSVP'd at the femaleCEOmastermind.com. If you are not a lady, but there is a lady in your life that you love, even if it's your mother, your sister, make sure that you go ahead and RSVP. Send them the link, okay? Have them put it on their calendar, March 20th. Thanks, guys, so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you, Jacqueline. And to mention, I met Jacqueline back in January, and now, back in January. We met back in January on one of the inner circle event, and here we are. She's on my journey now. Yeah, it feels like forever. This is how we connected, and that, like, those type of connections grow, and having the right people in your circle, you can really grow and build together. So thank you for joining, and thank you for being part of my journey, and looking forward to connect and build more. So Nishi,
Well, I'm next. Okay, well, good evening, everyone. And well, for me, I am a serial mompreneur, as I said earlier, but basically I am a creative designer. Over the last 3 years, I have helped multiple women start and launch their business online. I primarily focused on product-based businesses, and primarily women-led businesses, like females looking to launch their makeup line, skincare line, various products from scratch. So I would pretty much take them from brand to having their online presence to building their websites. So that's how I started, just helping women. And because I saw the need, and they were reaching out to me like, Nish, I need to do this. And I'm like, yeah, you can, and I'm going to help you. So that was me. From there, I have helped a lot of entrepreneurs create their own personal brand, focusing on their brand message and who they're targeting, developing their brand identity and having them show up as their brand. And so I've grown like a passion for brand strategy. And so stepping into that brand strategist, I've gone further to help a small entrepreneur launch his brand and scale his business to multiple six figures in a matter of 3 months. And when I did that, that was like a pivotal moment in my life. And I was like, I can actually do this, you know? And so when I stepped into that, I continued to connect with other like-minded women, like a beer, and, you know, connecting with other females in the circle. And I realized that women are making waves, and that inspired me to do more. So I've from then gone on to launch my own business. It's called the Brandon Lounge LLC. And from there, I to serve as many entrepreneurs and small business moms and women around the world. And I also started an initiative called Boss Mom Talks. This is where I'm going to, my goal is really to provide a community and mentorship for women like me, even work from home women who are stuck at home and feel like they are literally stuck. And we're going to provide mentorship, training, courses and materials to help them not only start their own personal brand, but to actually launch their business successfully. I've dabbled in digital marketing, brand strategy, online systems. I literally build funnels on a day-to-day basis. You know, I feel like I've done it all, but my main goal is to help women get started, start their business from scratch, and connect them with the right people to take them to the next level. So that's me in a nutshell.
Mic drop. Who don't want to be in this room? I'm like, if I didn't know you guys, I'm tapping in. So reminder, the Female CEO Mastermind, if you want to connect with, oh my God, I'm blown away. I know you, Nishi. I know you, Jacqueline. I'm like, okay, I want to be in this room. So go ahead, please go sign up. It's for free. As Jacqueline said, it's for free. It's for free. I want to give the value. The females, the ladies want to give you value. They are giving you value already in this IG. So let's go to Ellie. Let's go.
You need to be in the room. That we are all in different sectors, you know, subject matter expert in different industries, and the information is given to you for literally zero cost. So you have to be there. My name is Ellie Tahari. I am a Harvard accredited business strategist. I do honestly, for me, it's been a journey on whether I have multiple passions of what I want to do. But in the past 10 years, strictly, I've helped more than 400 companies just be able to scale their company, be able to go from LLC to Fortune 500. I always say you can't start on the 95th floor and work your way down. You do need the fundamentals in order for you to scale and be a big company. So that's basically what I do. And I also have a lending company where I help everyone get business funding and personal funding, because sometimes before we can get our business right, we need to get our personal life right and the mindset right and our, you know, debt to income ratio down and all of those things. So if you're going to be in this mastermind, you're in it for a treat. You know, like there might even be business funding involved. So definitely show up and be in the room, because all of us on this panel, you know, we've all, if we're a coach, trust and believe we also have a coach or have multiple coaches where we pour into ourselves. And that's honestly the only place and the way you can scale and elevate, when it starts with you pouring into yourself. And just, you know, whatever you water, it grows. So why not water yourself? Why not pour into yourself? You want to be a great amazing female CEO. We want to see everyone's names on Forbes, Business Insider, Yahoo. I want you to be so successful that their teams start reaching out to you rather than your public relations reaching out to them to be featured. So basically, that's what my goal is, to help everyone to just become so dominant in the marketplace, because as you know, inflation is not going to go away. Your children, you can't give them away. So you need to have strategy in order to have the balance in your work and life at the same time, just to lead your company with strategy and just kill it. Be there, be in the room, and if you're not there, you're going to miss out. And it's going to cost you $0.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, strategy is the first thing when you're starting. You gotta put on your strategy and then execute. So I appreciate you coming on this panel, and I can't wait. Like personally, I can't wait to learn more. And as you said, knowledge is power and information is power, and it costs you nothing but zero to get in the room and learn from you, from Ellie, from Nishi, from Jacqueline, from I have it's a panel of almost 7, and I'm still adding more. So it's gonna be 4 hours. Powerful females, like you ladies inspire me, and all the women that who gonna be in the room, they inspire me in different levels. So, for example, we have Melissa Sassy. She's the head of IBM Startup Accelerator Program. So, they are the people who support, who give funding to startups. So if you are a startup, you need to be in the room. You need to tap into her and talk to her, because they might be giving away some free stuff. I'm not gonna say anything, but you need to be in the room. You need to be at the Female CEO Mastermind on March 20 to know what's going on. Because if you're gonna miss a lot of opportunities. Like, you can't miss on opportunities. And we have another female. She's it's coming from, I picked this topic because I personally didn't pay attention to it, which is funding or investment. Because we all put a lot of money when we're starting a business. We use our personal money. And it's something I realized recently, especially this year, being in the room with you guys, with inner circle people and a lot of people. And I noticed I don't have to put my money. I don't have to use my money. So we have females who gonna be on this
in the room, like get
other people's money. So if you want to learn about that, get in the room, sign up. If you want to learn about that, you don't need to save money, because the traditional way is like, okay, we study, we work hard, we save money so we can start that business at 50s or 60s. And then you're missing out on the opportunity. Somebody else done that. If I would wait, okay, let's work and save money and start my podcast, somebody else will start it.
Yeah.
That same idea.
This is why it's so important right now. You need to start your podcast, because guess what, you guys? They still haven't figured out what to do with it.
Exactly.
They still haven't figured it out. This is why. Imagine if someone started like Amazon, whoever got into the internet, e-com in the 90s, when the first early 90s, they're winning right now. So imagine if you can right now have, it's like a free phone. You can have that phone to like YouTube audience, Spotify, all these different platforms for free. And imagine once they figure out what to do with these podcasts, and now you're trying to get into it. You need to get into it right now, because they still haven't figured it out.
Yeah, talking about podcasts, and I think let me go and introduce myself after you ladies. So my name is Abir, and I'm a podcaster. That's why we start talking about podcasts. So you're calling my name already. So I'm a podcaster. I have a podcast, Ellie Pod. So it's a podcast for female in tech and business. So I invite women, achiever leaders who have their businesses, who did the transition from tech, like the tech field, to business, or they are leaders in the tech industry, and share their stories to inspire other females, because I relate to that topic. I'm a female in tech, and I'm transitioning to business, and I struggle. It took me 2 years to do that transition. Even I knew it's not my place, because I work for corporate job, and every day I work. I do my job. I'm good at it. I still code. I know how to code and all that. But I feel like, when for software engineer, you have a task, right? And that's all you need to do. You finish your assignment and all that. But for me, I wanted always to participate in the bigger picture. I wanted to be in that room where my manager talking to their CDO and making plans. I wanted to be in that room. I wanted to feel that whatever I'm doing is contributing to a bigger project. So doing just the little task wasn't enough for me. That's why I wanted to step up and be in a decision making position, because I want. Yeah, you want to say something, Jacqueline?
Yeah, I want to say what was so fire was my episode that I did on your podcast. My episode was fire.
Can't wait to see it, Jacqueline.
Yeah. The episode is fire, but I'm still struggling with downloading it. It's 10 gigabytes. The quality is high quality, but guess what? That's the technical part of me. I still build my own website. I still edit my own episode. I know I'm in a position I can hire people, but that creativity and technical skill set, that's what I admire about tapping into different industries. Like if you are in tech, you can also be in business and use that. You don't have to leave whatever you have, that skill set, bury it. No, you can take it and build more.
Yeah.
So, and that's the message I like to transfer in my podcast. Like that transition from tech industry to business, you can do it. Yeah. So that's me. I'm building my own media empire, starting from the podcast, and also helping other people start their podcasts, start their online businesses using that technical skill set, funnels, websites, and all that. That online presence. That's my end goal, and it's a journey. Actually, it's a journey. But I started with a podcast, and I like to focus on the podcast because that's my passion. This is where I feel like I can impact more females in both industries. So yeah, if you want to tap in, and also I'll be giving away my podcast workbook. So I created
Let me get that. I have a podcast. I need all the sauce.
Yeah. Funny because when it was the pandemic, I started during the pandemic, and I was searching. I did my own research. I didn't connect with I connected with podcasters, but I was learning from them. So I didn't buy courses or mentorships. I feel I did so much research before I start, and in all that, it delayed me, to be honest, and I feel like I shouldn't waited that long to start because I want it perfect. You know, we all do that. We want it so perfect and we miss out on time. But there is nothing to regret now because I feel I'm equipped. I can help you. I can help Nishi starting her Boss Mom Talk. Like I can give her all the sauce. I can give you all the sauce.
And I'm
all
here
the
for
sauce.
all the sauce.
All you need. If you see my equipment right now, it's all the lights, the microphones, everything. I did it myself. I do everything myself. So it's better for you to like have my workbook because that's my hard work, and I already did the research. So you don't need to go and search. Just get it. I mean, I'll be giving you that workbook. It's starting like from scratch, just like your to-do list before you start your podcast.
Let me clarify. So you're saying that not only can all the women on this live and men too, you're welcome, join the Female CEO Mastermind for free, but you are going to be blessing them with your podcast guide workbook for free. Now,
correct.
Like I'm telling you, the importance of being in the room, we cannot elaborate that enough. Like these are the type of rooms that we have to be in, where not only free knowledge, free gems, but you have free resources and materials, and there's much more to come. I'm pretty sure Ellie's gonna drop something in there, whether it's a gem or something. It's gonna be worth thousands of dollars. Like these are.
Gotta be in the room.
I'm telling you,
Big conversations happen in small rooms, but you gotta
exactly. And there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn from being in the room. I learned that from a very amazing man, actually, because I mean, even though we're pro women, it doesn't mean we can't learn from men. So when I met Nehemiah Davis, I learned, like, really learned the importance of being in the room. Like the very first 5-day challenge he did, after that challenge, I called Abir and Darain and I said, listen, I'm launching my business, right? Not only am I launching my business, but I'm starting to write my book, and I'm working on my Brand to Profit workbook for all the women out there. I'm working on it. And then Nehemiah said,
put a date on it.
He said, put a date on it.
Put a date on it.
Put a date on it, commit to it, and figure it out later. And I'm working on that, trust me. And ever since then, every time I see either Ellie online and live, actually, I believe I shared one of your very first flyers with Abir, and I said, she's having I was a course or a workshop.
The master class.
And I don't believe Abir knew you yet. And I said, we need to be in her class. And she was like, who is she? And I'm like, she's in the inner circle. I don't care. She looks amazing. She sounds like she's speaking her language. We need to be in her class. And I don't know, something happened and I wasn't able to come on. But then Abir did, and she was like, was the best.
I was.
And I'm like, I'm ready to learn everything, you know. So ever since then, I constantly tap into you. Afterwards, I learned about Jacqueline, and I was like in Atlanta, and I'm like, I have to meet her. So this is the energy that you get from being in the room. You want to meet all. When you're in the room with millionaires, guess who's gonna be the next one? Right? Like naturally, right?
And you have to start with whatever you got and wherever you are. Perfection is the biggest enemy you can be friends with.
Say it again. Oh my God.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Your glaster. You guys start with whatever you got and wherever you are. That goes back to what we were saying 20 minutes ago. Stay in your lane, and consistency will take you places that motivation won't.
100%. Yes, consistency. I struggle with that, but by committing, setting a date, the female CEO wasn't ready to launch. And I committed, I put a date. It was on March 8th, but I couldn't make the date. But I was like, you know what? March 20. And guess what? March 20 is the Independence Day for my country.
Yes.
And that means a lot. That means a lot for us. It's more than Independence Day for country, but for us, it was the day where the president signed up the women's rights in my country. So that date is like we celebrate as females because we celebrate freedom. You don't have to put on hijab and all that. You are free to make your own choices.
That's amazing.
What year was that?
1956, the independence of my country.
And that was the same year that women's rights were enacted as well.
Yep. And we celebrated also on August 13. That's what one of my conferences I did on 2018 was on August 13. This is where we celebrate the sign off of the women's right, 1956. Back then, a lot of Western countries, they didn't give in women's right. And by women's right, they can go to school, they can go to university. They are not suppressed to wear the hijab because our country is a Muslim country. So they are free to wear whatever. Well, there is a culture, but you are not suppressed and all that. And you can get an education. That's why we have pilots, that's why we have engineers. That's why when you ask the first question, oh, your country is suppressed, women in your country are suppressed. I'm like, no, we got a lot of women rights before a lot of Western countries.
You know what's
before?
Like, oftentimes we really do not truly appreciate like the privilege, the opportunities, a lot of the things that we have, right? Like we don't appreciate little things in our lives. But that overall is huge. Like, can you imagine like your great grandma being like, wait, you doing what? With who? How? Huh? You know, I couldn't do that, right? Like, I have a grandma who, she was married when she was 19, never went to college, never worked a job her entire life. She's like 85 now. She just never did that. She literally stayed home and prepared like 3 meals a day. So when she asks me about what I'm doing, it's like she gets it, but she doesn't get it. She's just sweet. So she just like nods along and like wants to just hear me talk. but she has like no idea what I'm talking about because she literally never had a job. Like other than like working on the property and raising her kids and like providing meals for her family, she didn't do any of that. So I'm saying like a lot of us have a lot of opportunities afforded to us, and we're not even capitalizing on those opportunities, because usually when I talk to women, it's like, oh, well, I'm scared, I didn't know this, and I was uncertain about that, and da-da-da. And I'm like, look, being an entrepreneur, being a good business owner, being a good, even down to like being a good parent, like it's not about having the answers to everything. It's not what being a good entrepreneur is about. Being a good entrepreneur is about trusting yourself to figure out things when things get tough. That's what being a good entrepreneur is, right? And being a good female CEO is trusting that you're going to figure it out when it gets tough. It's not sitting around and delaying and waiting and not executing because you're like, oh, well, what if this goes wrong? Or what if that happens? Or what if we have another pandemic? Okay, well, that's out of your control. But what is in your control is learning to trust yourself, which is a deeper thought process and a deeper action than even believing in it. But sometimes we can't even believe in ourselves. Like you don't even believe that you're worthy of doing X, Y, and Z, right? This is the conversations I have with most women. You don't even believe that you're worthy of having X, Y, and Z. So how can you even trust yourself if you don't believe in yourself? It's really, it's hard to watch those things, right? Like if you believe yourself and you trust in yourself and you just don't want to do it, cool. This is not the mastermind for you. But I noticed that more women just don't believe in themselves and don't trust in themselves. And like, you really need to capitalize on these opportunities that we have, because all women haven't been given this opportunity.
Facts.
And facts. To follow up on that, if you don't believe in yourself, and it's easy to say, but we all struggle at a certain point of life in believing in ourselves. And here is the tip I would share: like surround yourself with people who would believe in you, so you can build up that belief. Because it's not an overnight thing. I struggle with that too, and I had to get a mentor, so where they can see the potential in me and they can start telling me, Abir, you can do that. By saying it, it's like echoing in my brain and my heart. It's like, yes, I can do it. If my mentor says I can do it, I can do it. That's why the female CEO, we want us to build that community. When I'm feeling down one day and I call Jacqueline, hey, you know what? I can do this episode. I can do it. She'll be like, girl, you better get yourself together and you can do it. That type of serious.
That
right now.
Right now.
So yeah, and honestly, to be honest, I went to Jacqueline on that night. It was raining in Atlanta. We went to Mastermind about the female CEO because I was feeling the rush and I felt like I couldn't make it on March 8th. I was pressured with time, a lot of things going on, work and all that, side jobs and all that. And I was like, okay, let me drive. We coming here. I went to visit her. It was raining and we mastermind. And she was asking me the questions. It's like, you need to surround yourself with that person. You need to find that person who will ask you the uncomfortable questions, so you can start seeing yourself from the outside. Because when you are in the situation and you're stuck in it, things get mixed up. Things get mixed up. You need that clarity, and you need the people who will give you the feedback. They will be honest with you because they want only your growth. That's me.
Like,
so yeah.
Come along with that bull. Handle your business.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I'm blessed. I feel blessed having you, ladies, in my circle, and I can't wait for us to continue building together and take the female CEO to the next level, building that community. And for everyone who's signing up, I'm sure once you sign up, it will take you to Facebook group. It's a Facebook private group. So that's our little community, female CEO, our small community we're building. So you're gonna be connecting with us. You're gonna be connecting with me, connecting with Nishi, Jacqueline, Ellie, Melissa, Salwa, a lot of females, but also connecting with each other. Probably you will meet your next business partner. Feel free to ask questions in the group. Feel free to ask questions. If you have struggled with something, drop it. Just say it. You never know who's listening or who's watching. So tap in the female CEO.
Something about that too, because you see what Jacqueline said, it has a lot to do with mindset. Because a lot of females be thinking like, oh, it's easier said than done. It sounds easy, but it's really about mindset, right? Like I found that for me, it was my mindset. I kept telling myself, this imposter syndrome, or we have these different things that we make up in our mind that we don't belong here, or we can't, or we tell ourselves those things that I'm not ready, it's not perfect. And we have those different things that we say to ourselves, and we literally put ourselves in a box and holding ourselves back. So then when I was able to get myself into rooms with people that were helping me get my mind right, tapping into other females that's been there and done that, and they can help you get your mind right and see things that you can't see because you have that shade. You know what I mean? So I feel like getting to the right rooms, like the female CEO community, is going to be a blessing, not just to your business, but to your mind and your overall well-being, helping you believe in yourself and helping you, like Jacqueline says, trust yourself to take the step. You know what I mean? Like I struggled with that too for a minute. Like I'm like, I'm just getting started with brand strategy. I'm a graphic designer, web designer. What do I know about brand strategy, right? And I'm like, I got this. But then there's always something in the back of my mind be like, I'm not like that girl. I'm not there yet. So maybe I'm not ready. So we have to have people that are being like, you can do this. Step out there and take the step and figure it out later. Go back, review what you did, correct the mistakes, and step it up. So we have to do that. Like we have to get ourselves in these rooms. The Female CEO Conference, I believe, is just going to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. We're going to be listening to females giving us tips, gems, strategies, tactics on business, funding, finance, branding, podcasting, just to name a few. Listen,
and getting your mindset right, because I didn't tell you that, but I have someone talking about imposter syndrome in the workplace.
Let's go. Mindset over everything. Like I believe
mindset over everything.
We should always start with mindset, because everyone's not going to be on the same level as us mentally. So if we're talking to someone but they have a big blocker, it's like they're hearing us, but they're not hearing us, So we got to clear that way first, and then let them open up their eyes, and then now we can pour into them. So I strongly believe in that, and that's why I constantly tap into other women, and I'm like, I need my tribe. So when Avir told me I'm going to build this, can you imagine having like an inner circle? I'm like, oh girl, I'm already there. Like I'm already there mentally, like I'm ready. So yeah, let's go.
Jacqueline and Ellie, the female CEO inner circle.
Right?
We're gonna pitch it to Neo.
Like, possibly together. Like I'm all about that collaboration over competition.
Yeah, we're gonna pitch it to Neo.
Love it. That's what it starts with getting in a room and you start seeing, oh wow, I can actually go and build an entire company with this person, or like an app or podcast. That's how it all starts. You never know who is in the same room as you, and at the same time, when it comes to building, just like keep going. That mindset, there you're gonna have doubt. Just so you guys know, like nobody wakes up every day and says, oh, today's such a great day. No, not like that's not normal. You have like hormones in your body and all, and that life doesn't stop, so like even billionaires, everyone has problems, and there are some problems that even money can't fix. So you have to be clear on why, and also, do I believe in myself? Because guess what? If you don't believe in yourself, don't expect others to. So as Avir said, it's important to surround yourself around the right circle, but also if you can't see your vision, don't expect others to come invest in it, because you have to see it. It has to be so clear that even when it is rainy, you keep going forward.
That's right. That clarity. Yeah. So,
Can I
ladies,
be
we
honest?
are.
Can I be honest?
Sure.
I wish
Of
the
course.
event was in person just so we could eat.
Right?
Come on, me too.
No, I'm glad we're getting the event done. I'm super excited. I will see you all there. Hopefully we can squeeze another live in before March 20th. For those who haven't signed up, make sure you go to the femaleCEOmastermind.com, reserve your spot. Okay, I'm excited to connect with everybody then. I've got to hop off of here because I'm hungry. That's the reality.
And I don't feel good, but I still showed up.
I know, we love you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Ellie. Thank you. Hope you feel better.
Can't wait to support.
Thank you. So awesome. Thank you for coming in, and go on my bio, please. Make sure to follow Ellie, follow Nishi. Ellie just left, but follow them and follow Jacqueline. They are amazing, beautiful souls. Yeah.
Just click the eyes up here. If you click the eyes with the number of people, click on
It's
it. Follow
Yep. Follow everybody and put your notification on. Turn on notifications so you get notified when we go live. Or like they're always live. Jacqueline, she's always on live. She has her podcast too. Not always. I mean, she goes on live more often than me. Okay. I'm a corrected. I'm a catch up. You know, that's my first live.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. Okay, that's a good thing. That's a compliment. You know. So make sure you don't miss her money tips. I mean, I can't wait to hear more about what you offer, what you do with that money. You gotta make sure we get it right. Nishi, she's the branding.
They're gonna be taking notes for next.
Yeah, and getting your brand right. And by brand, it's not a logo. Nishi keeps telling me that. Your brand is not your logo. Your brand is more than that. I'm not gonna tell you what is your brand. She lectured me. She taught me that. So come to her live.
You are your brand. You are your brand.
Okay, that's simple. But if you wanna tap more, come to the Female CEO. Okay, tap in, sign up. It's for free. It's free value, man. All right.
Well,
thank you, ladies. Thank you, Jacqueline.
Have a great night.
Yeah, we'll see. You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.